and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be working in my sketchbook and I'm going to be trying out some ideas that I wouldn't necessarily go for usually, so I'm really excited for this one, so let's get straight into it. I'm going to be using my Arteza sketchbook today, and as you can see I've got a few pieces in here already. I've got some acrylic paints and some colouring pencils, and it does actually hold different mediums pretty well. So I will link this one in the description box below if you're interested in this sketchbook. So I'm going to get started on a butterfly page first of all, and I keep seeing all of these really nice botanical and insect scientific style illustrations, and I just really fancied having a go at my own. So I've sketched out a few butterflies on a flat lay on this page, and I'm going to use a muted tone palette for this one, just because I think it will look really nice in a sketchbook. So I've got 4 different designs of butterflies. They're all completely different from one another, and I've got 2 larger ones and 2 smaller ones, and I'm just using acrylic paints for this one. I haven't really worked in this sort of style before within my sketchbook or on any larger pieces, so I think using a sketchbook is a really good way to experiment with different styles or techniques in art without the pressure of having to see it on a big scale. So I really enjoyed creating this piece. The first butterfly that I painted doesn't really have the same palette that I was going for as the rest of the butterflies. So as this one progresses, you will see how I've got those sort of grey muted tones, so sort of some blue greys and pinky greys within the butterflies, and I much prefer this palette than that sort of minty green that I created. I think maybe I will eventually paint over that one that I had first painted because it doesn't quite fit with the scheme that I was going for, but for experimentation in my sketchbook I think that it worked quite well. You may have noticed that I didn't upload last week. I just found that it has been so busy at school recently. I'm preparing for my year 11s leaving and getting all of their work marked, and just keeping everything organised has been really difficult this last week. So I am really sorry if you were looking forward to a video last week and it didn't turn up on your homepage. Hopefully it will just be a one-off that I miss an upload, and I will be uploading regularly as normal going forward. It was just so busy at work, and I have had the sniffles as well, so hopefully going forward it won't be an issue. I think that this page just looks really pretty. I really like the patterns that I've created on here, and I'm just really happy with the overall design. Next up, I'm going to be drawing out Captain Tom Moore. If you didn't know, Captain Tom Moore gained a lot of popularity during lockdown last year for doing 100 laps around his garden, and he raised millions upon millions of pounds for the NHS. He sadly passed away quite recently, and it would have been his 101st birthday last week, so I decided to draw Captain Tom Moore in my sketchbook, and I'm using fineliner pen for this one because I really do enjoy using pens to draw with, and I'm using a really fine nib fineliner pen for this one just to get in the details for all of the different skin textures and the different shades of skin, and I really enjoyed this piece. I've been really interested in getting into portraiture recently, and one way that I'm going to improve is just by trying to draw a lot more portraits using different mediums, whether it is using pen or pencil or even trying to do a few little painting studies. And I'm going to do them in my sketchbooks just in the evenings, because that way I can just practice my skills on a smaller scale and also for it not to be too pressurized to get it 100% correct, and just experiment with a few different styles. I decided to outline his blazer or his jacket with a thicker pen, and then around the outside I decided to paint with my fluorescent orange watercolour paint just to add a really nice pop of colour, and I thought that this made it look like a real celebration of Captain Tom Moore on the page, and I'm really pleased with this final outcome. This last idea is a really good warm-up for in your sketchbook, just to get you going with your watercolours. And I've started by drawing around a reel of masking tape, and I have got an uneven amount of circles here, and I'm just adding a wash of paint within each circle, and every time I go in with a new colour I'm slightly changing my colour up. So I'm going to be going from a gradient from a purpley red all the way to a yellow, and I'm layering my paints over the top of one another. So this is a really good exercise just to practice your layering or your glazing skills. And like I said, it's just fun to get warmed up with in your sketchbook. It doesn't really seem pressurized with getting anything like 100% correct, so this one would be a brilliant way for you just to experiment and warm up before going into doing some more detailed work in your sketchbook. So there you have it, those were my 3 ideas for a sketchbook. My favourite piece was the Captain Tom Moore. I loved the pop of colour against the pen work. I really enjoyed that piece. Let me know in the comments which one was your favourite idea, and if you have a go at any of them, make sure you tag me in those on Instagram. It'd be brilliant to see your work. If you have enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also subscribe so you never miss out on any of my videos, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.